Perfect. There we go. Well, a big welcome along, everybody. Thank you so much for jumping on. I appreciate you. Sorry, we've just got somebody else in the waiting room. I thought I disabled it, but there you go. Oh, and someone else. Sorry, guys. Hey, thank you so much for jumping on tonight. My name's Liko Inkersell, obviously, for anybody who doesn't know me. And tonight I'm going to do a LifeVantage overview featuring True Science Liquid Collagen. And the reason, obviously, we've got amazing products, but the reason I'm going to be sort of starting with collagen is because it's our new kid on the block. And it's amazing. Actually, I haven't got my bottle. It is definitely making a storm, that's for sure. So just a bit of some disclosures. Is this presentation is not necessarily representative of the income of any that a consultant can or will earn through the LifeVantage compensation plan, and I may discuss compensation things at the end. So this is just a disclaimer to say that obviously it depends on people's work ethic and what they put into it, and consultant success will depend on individual diligence, work effort, and market conditions. LifeVantage does not guarantee any income or rank success. So I hopefully won't be long. I was planned to be half an hour, just sharing with you all tonight. I've got 5 key points, but I've only got 4 here. So I'm actually, I'm going to be talking about the science. I'm going to be talking about the results. I'm going to be talking about the company, and I'll also talk about the opportunity. So this is me. So I started these activation products in December 2019. Our whole family had a cough, cold, viral bug, and I was looking at lots of different supplements. And it was then that somebody suggested that I try the, had I heard of activation? And I said, no, I've never heard of activation. Sorry, I'm just trying to admit somebody in. It worked. Hopefully. Maybe Kieran, can you just check and see if Riley's come in?
I think so. I think she's got her camera off.
Perfect. No, that's cool. Welcome.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, so we were introduced to the products back in December 2019, as I say, and we were looking at lots of different supplements to boost our immune systems because we'd all come down with a cough, cold, viral bug. And it was then we got introduced to activation. And I can tell you, we definitely haven't looked back, that's for sure. Our whole family actually started on the products, and the other reason I've actually shared my team who did Spirited Woman with me in March, was it March this year or April, beginning of April, I think we did Spirited Woman, which is a multi-sport adventure race. So I got asked if I would join this team 8 weeks before the race. So I was in the team originally, and then I pulled out because of various different reasons. And then they had the person, my replacement, pull out, and so they asked me if I'd come back into the team. So I definitely was like, oh my goodness, but 8 weeks to train for this race, which generally takes our team usually about 8 to 9 hours, and it involves kayaking, navigating, finding points, running, biking, just basically on your feet, up and down hills. And we were in Wanaka, so there was a lot of elevation, and that was when I started collagen. So it was a really big thing for me, and part of my recovery regime along with the activation products. It was, so I'll share a bit more about that with you and why it became so important. I don't really want to go. There we are. So LifeVantage is definitely prides itself on the science that they have behind the products. And so why collagen? Collagen is a structural protein that makes up about 25 to 35% of all proteins in your body. And the body produces collagen proteins from the amino acids that you take in through food. So unfortunately, the process of our collagen declining starts about the age of 25, and we lose about 1% per year, meaning by the age of 50, you've lost 25% of your body's most abundant protein, which is huge. And for women going through menopause, we lose about 30% through menopause, which is huge. So a lot of people are like, well, do I need collagen? Is it, there's a lot of talk about it. It's in the supermarket shelves. It's all over the place. And The Guardian wrote this really cool article last year, at the end of last year. And the title was, initially, I thought it was a scam. And can collagen really turn back the clock? I highly recommend reaching out to the person who invited you tonight and getting hold of this article, because it's well worth a read. Basically, wrinkled skin, painful muscles, aching joints, collagen is definitely, all part of the equation. So of all the, and this is what they said of all the 20,000 or so different proteins in the human body, there is one that dominates more than any other. Without it, our cells would simply collapse in on themselves, and our skeleton and blood vessels would disintegrate, and we would be little more than blobs of shapeless tissue. No thanks. I'm not keen for that. But collagen is definitely not merely a building block. As well as maintaining the structure of our tissues, it plays an active role in distributing signals between cells, helping orchestrate the movement of cells to repair damage in our body and even the immune response. So if you go on and Google collagen, you will see all sorts of information about it. And it is definitely, there is a lot of information about it for good reason, because it is so important in our body and, for our skin, hair and nails, but for so many more reasons than that, which I'll share with you. So the bottom line, it is important to support your collagen function. So as I said, there's lots of different collagens on the market, but what makes True Science liquid collagen superior and unique? And once again, as I said, LifeVantage is very much prides itself on making sure that their products are backed by science. So it's definitely the science. I'm just going to share with you that this year, LifeVantage actually just got acknowledged with a Stevie Award. So it was a winner of a bronze Stevie Award and also a customer product category as well. And the judges said, this is a living example of science backing the product promise. Your use of metrics to measure success is impressive, and it is clear that you are driving change within your industry. So how cool is that our collagen got recognized for these things? And I'm going to obviously share the science with you now. So what makes it different? So the biggest difference with our collagen is it supports your body in 3 different ways. So it activates your collagen, it replenishes it, and it maintains it. The ruby red quinoa is one of our key ingredients, and this is, I guess some would say, the secret ingredient, although it's not so secret, but it's one of the unique ingredients that you don't see in any others. And this is the one that activates your collagen genes to boost your collagen production by 5%, which is phenomenal. It activates your SOD gene, which is an amazing gene that your body needs to lower inflammation and protect it against, forming any, illness or disease. It activates catalase by 202%, and the type 1 collagen production increase up to 42%. It also helps the body absorb collagen and decreases the MMP9 gene. So the MMP9 gene is the gene that actually degrades your collagen. So what happens is with LifeVantage is we're turning that gene back on to produce more collagen, and turning off that gene or slowing down that gene that's trying to break down your collagen. So as I said, we pride ourselves in the science. So here is a snapshot of this 8-week clinical trial that LifeVantage did. And you can see on week 0, the collagen density was at 30.5. Collagen density is basically shown by the green, the density, high density is shown by yellow, and low density is shown by the green. So you can see at the beginning, there's a lot of green and not much yellow. But by week 8, there's way more yellow. So that collagen density has increased significantly after taking the LifeVantage True Science Collagen. And the reason being is that we don't just simply take it, we activate your own body's collagen production. It's also got the hydrolyzed marine peptides in it, which are from sustainably caught fish. And these collagen peptides provide the amino acids to support collagen density, skin elasticity, and skin moisture for a youthful appearance. The other massive difference with our collagen compared to others on the market is it has 10 types of collagen, not just 1 or 2 like our competitors. So that's a really big deal. And there is an amazing study going around at the moment that Duke University just put out about type 18 collagen and how it can help support the body against cancer. So obviously we can't make any claims, but reach out to the person who invited you tonight and ask them for that article. It's actually a really, really fascinating article and study. So, and that's one of the 10 collagen types that's in our collagen, which is awesome. Oh, where have I gone? There I am. It's also got the citrus berry extracts, and that is the vitamin C, which helps the body. Basically, these extracts slow the breakdown of your existing collagen to assist in maintaining what you still have. So this just basically makes it more absorbable by the body. So what's not in it? We've got no added sugar, no artificial sweeteners, non-GMO, dairy-free, gluten-free, and soy-free. Here are the results from that 8-week clinical trial. So there was a 42%. So we've seen it in those pictures in that screenshot that I showed you. But here it is in words. It's got 42% collagen density increase. Skin roughness was reduced by 10%. The depth of crow's feet reduced by 22%, and that blood catalase. If you haven't looked up catalase, which trust me, I hadn't looked up catalase before I was introduced to these products, but definitely go and look it up because it's actually phenomenal. It promotes the body's defense against free radicals and inflammation that can cause serious health conditions. So, and it increases that by 202%. As well as that skin elasticity. So what's the difference? Lots of people say, yeah, I'm taking a powder. I've put it in my, smoothie or in my coffee and I have the powder. The reality is that the powder, you're only going to absorb 10 to 30% of that collagen powder. Whereas with a liquid and with the fish, with the hydrolyzed collagen, it means that your body is going to absorb 90% of this liquid collagen, because basically what it means is it's just been broken down into a lot smaller pieces so the body can actually absorb it, because collagen is actually a really big molecule and most supplements on the market are just kind of trying to shove collagen into your cells, whereas we've actually made it into an amazing bioavailable form that your body can utilize straight away, and so you're utilizing 90% of it. This is a comparison chart. It's obviously quite small, but please reach out to whoever brought you on here tonight. But it's not the cheapest collagen on the market, obviously, but there's very good reason, and the reason is all the things that I've explained. So it's because it activates, replenishes, and maintains that collagen because it's got 10 types, and also it activates that superoxide dismutase. And if you look that up, you will see how important that is in the body, and you'll see that no other collagen on the market does that. So yeah, it's a really interesting comparison chart, and you'll see why ours is, more superior than the others. So the results, because obviously science is wonderful, but does it actually work? And these are some of the results that people have experienced, and these are all they're consultants or people that we know that have been using the products. You can see the fine lines that have been reduced. You can see the the neckline, lots of necklines been amazingly transformed. The crow's feet, definitely significantly reduced over time. As I say, those frog necks, somebody might want to put in the comments what they I've lost the word.
Turkey, aren't they turkey?
Turtlenecks, there you go. And I was thinking frog legs. I was like, no, it's not frog legs. Thank you, Kieran. Turtlenecks, yeah. Pigmentation, a lot of people notice less pigmentation, after they started taking the products, and you can see these side-by-side images. Legs, the wonderful Dr. Nancy Bryan, she definitely wasn't expecting her legs to go viral, but she said after she took the first photo, Dr. Nancy's legs are in the middle, she said after she took the first photo and then took the second photo, I'm pretty sure it was 14 days later, she was like, yeah, she obviously knew that it needed to be shared. So we're very grateful. So definitely skin elasticity is improving in people, and wonderful for men. Definitely, not just for women, but men are seeing an amazing difference as well. Women, their stomachs, men and women, stretch marks. And actually, I just saw that photo on the left of that day 1 and day 20. I just saw a photo today of that lady's stomach, and I think she's maybe 8 months now into the collagen. And and it's continued to improve, so it's pretty amazing. This is Betty. Betty is she's gorgeous. She obviously again wasn't expecting her photos to go viral, but she had such amazing results, and she's done several interviews. So if you want to see one of the interviews with Betty, then let us know. Hairline, obviously, and actually I've noticed I've got this whole new hair growth happening, getting all these new baby hairs, which is quite funny. These are my results. As I said, I was training for the Spirited Woman for the All Women's Adventure race, and so obviously I was increased my exercise, but without a doubt that elasticity in my stomach was definitely helped along. My face, I'm not quite sure there was a huge change, but but that's okay, because there's probably a pretty big priority in the elasticity of my stomach. So that's the way it goes. So people are seeing these results on the outside. Can you imagine what's happening on the inside? And this, I have to say, is what gets me way more excited than what's happening on the outside. Because it's got those 10 types of collagen, it means that people are getting support with nail strength. My nails, I've never had strong nails ever in my life. And I was actually even looking at them today, and I was thinking, I'm actually going to need to cut my nails. And they are white and they are strong. It may not be exciting for anybody else, but it is for me when you've never had that in your life. Hair growth, muscle recovery. This was a huge one for me. As I said, I had 8 weeks to train for this race, and it was a really big deal for me to support my body for that muscle recovery, to make sure that I could turn up to the race without being injured, because obviously I've increased my exercise significantly. Joint support, that's a really big one. People are noticing differences in their knee joints, hip joints, backs, gut health. That's a really big one. So because the liquid collagen, when you have that, it heals and seals your gut. It supports bone strength. It helps with liver detox. Who knew? Gosh, we were just on a talk today about diabetes, and they were talking about when the body can't keep up with the sugar coming in, and how important it is to get our liver detoxing. Cardio flexibility, sleep quality, mood support, brain health, that's another really big one. And also cognitive support and sexual function. So yeah, some amazing benefits there. But where is the collagen in the body? And I guess, why does it help all those things? And I was, a lot of people talk about skin, hair, and nails, but the reality is 90% of your bones are made up of collagen. 80% of your cartilage. We've got a family history of osteoporosis, and if I can take something that can strengthen my bones, then I am all for it. And I've also got celiac teeth as well, and I'm like, if I can help my teeth, it's definitely very important. Tendons, ligaments, there's so much collagen in all those. So this is one of my beautiful customers, her testimonial. So she had a disc bulge, and so she was regularly visiting the chiropractor, and also she's got something called Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, which is basically just means that if she does even the smallest amount of exercise, she'll end up injuring herself. And this was her feedback that I got from her in May. She said, the biggest thing for me is the constant pain has literally disappeared. Most days I would be sitting at around an 8 or a 9. Now it's like a 1, and I can go and do things I wasn't able to do before, like gardening, walking, etc., without being in chronic pain or doing injury to myself. Keep everything the same. So that is definitely, and she's also on the Nrf2, which I'm going to talk about next. So who is producing the LifeVantage? Who is LifeVantage, and who's producing this collagen? So it's LifeVantage. They're a publicly traded company with over 20 years of product manufacturing experience and over $2 billion of products sold. It's a solid, stable, and debt-free company. It's definitely an untapped market. We've only got 67,000 consultants worldwide. And our liquid collagen only just launched in June 2022, and they forecast that it would sell 12 million in sales in the first 12 months, and instead it sold 37.5 million. And that is because of the results that you've seen, without a doubt. The company is all about activating wellness, and obviously up until this point I've spent a lot of time on collagen, and that's, as I said, because that's the new kid on the block. But there is a lot of products in the LifeVantage range that I could spend time on, but I'm just going to talk about the Nrf2, which is our flagship product. This was the first one that came on the market, and it has got 5 incredible ingredients that combine together basically means that it reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. Basically, oxidative stress is that free radical damage. So it's all the bad guys in our body. So it reduces that by 40% in 30 days. There is 30 peer-reviewed published studies and 7 patents about our Nrf2. What is oxidative stress? Again, I highly recommend, I'm only just touching the sides, go and look it up. But basically, when you've got high oxidative stress, it is a contributing factor to over 200 illnesses and diseases. So it affects every single cell in your body. And when it affects every single cell in your body, it means that when you've got high oxidative stress, then you can end up with problems in your heart, your skin, your kidneys, your joints, your lungs, brain, immune health, blood vessels, all of your organs. And I highly recommend going on to PubMed. That's the National Library of Medicine, where doctors and nurses do all their research, and it's got all the peer-reviewed science in there. And you can see, you can just see from, that the research that's going on regarding oxidative stress is huge. And you can see the graph, the last 20 years, it's just increased and increased, because the more that the medical community finds out about oxidative stress and how damaging it is to our body, the more research that's happening to all sorts of with all sorts of illnesses and diseases. So it's definitely worth reducing that oxidative stress. The Nrf2 basically activates 600 plus survival genes, including glutathione. If you've heard of glutathione, put a message in the chat. I'd love to hear. It protects the DNA of the cell. It's basically pivotal for inflammation and immune health. And if you remember at the beginning, we started it for our immune system, had no idea of all the other benefits that our entire body was going to get. So there was a ABC News report that was done, and basically they came on board. They were trying to debunk this Nrf2 and say that, is that true? That sounds too good to be true, that it reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days. And so when they did this ABC News report, they did a blood test on the reporter before he started, and then 14 days later, not 30 days later, but 14 days later, and his oxidative stress had decreased by 45% in those 14 days. So after that aired on primetime TV in America, then lots of universities started reaching out to LifeVantage and asking if they could do their own independent studies on the Nrf2. And this is what the Washington State University said. They said Nrf2 is a guardian of health span and gatekeeper of species longevity, protecting against many age-related diseases, including cancer and neurodegeneration. Nrf2 may become the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. I love sharing this with doctors and actually with anybody who cares about their health. Then this is definitely an amazing article to have a look at. So yeah, highly recommend reaching out if you'd like to have a copy. As I said, it got a lot of press, and a lot of universities, top universities, did amazing studies on the products. Louisiana State University did a study on skin cancer and melanoma there, and then it featured in lots of amazing, in medical journals and different publications, including the Circulation by the American Heart Association, because there's a couple of very good heart studies done. So True Science Liquid Collagen and Protandim Nrf2 Synergizer, definitely a 1-2 punch. There's actually a study that they've done, which they wouldn't release to us until they got a patent on the two products, which they have done. It's now patent pending. And so we're actually going to find out the results of that study at the end of this month, which is super exciting. And I mean, the fact that people are getting the results on the outside, you just know what's happening on the inside must be pretty incredible, because it's usually the outside which is the last to see the results. So it's very exciting times. But it's not just collagen and Nrf2. We actually have a whole range of products. We've got some other activation products, so that goes alongside the Nrf2. So we've got Nrf1, which supports the mitochondria function. That's the battery in your cells. NAD, which supports the chewing function. Some people, it's been likened to, have the same amazing benefits as fasting on the body. And perhaps, Kerry Ann or Rachel Murray, you guys might want to pop your stories, in the chat for others to see, because obviously I don't have enough time to go through all these products. But we've got Icy Bright. There's, that supports the eyes against blue light. We've got an Omega. This year we've launched Rise AM and Reset PM, which are time-wise nutrients. Basically, it's a multivitamin system, because they've realized that actually your body can benefit from some things more in the morning and some things more at night. And so they actually have split this multivitamin into what your body prioritizes in the morning and prioritizes at night. We've got a skincare that's based on the Nrf2, and then we've got Axio and Daily Wellness as well. But please reach out and ask us about these products, because as I say, they are amazing, but I just don't quite have enough time to go into them now. So at this point, you may be ready to start your own transformation on True Science Liquid Collagen, but you may also want to know a bit more about becoming a consultant. So let's look at the LifeVantage as a side business. The global collagen market was at an estimated 3.5 billion in 2018 and jumped to 8.36 billion in 2020 with an anticipated growth to 16.7 billion in 2028. So it's a market that is growing exponentially, and so it's pretty exciting to be a part of that and be on the market with an incredible product which does what it does. So how do you get started? You might be thinking that you would like to become a customer, which would be amazing. We love our customers, and we love being part of their activation journey and their activation stories. You can do that by just starting on the collagen alone, or you can start on the collagen Nrf2. And we've got different options. You can purchase it at retail, you can purchase it on subscription, which I highly recommend if you're coming in as a customer, or if you come in as a consultant, then it's consultant prices. So there's two options, obviously, become a customer or join us as a consultant. And if you do want to become a consultant, then absolutely ask us more questions. As a consultant, you get access to building a business with the entire LifeVantage range. So that's all the products that I mentioned before. There's definitely more choices, more possibilities, and more opportunities. When you become a LifeVantage consultant, we have systems that we will teach you as and when you're ready. Join the team. There's done for you. There's collagen assets and tools. There's hundreds of social media, proven posts, campaigns for Facebook and Instagram. There's weekly training on how to grow a successful activation business. And there's amazing, we are definitely an amazing growing team with an abundance of support. That's for sure. This company does not lack support. There's lots and lots of support. So all you need to do is pick a pack, different options for every budget. People can come in where they fit in, but ask us more. And then each month you need to pick a stack. So to be commission qualified, you just need to have a stack. And then you get paid for sharing the gift of activation. And, it's definitely, how far can you take this? There's actually no limit. There is, it is entirely up to you how far you want to take this. We're in 24 countries, and as I said at the beginning of the thing, there's under 100,000 active distributors globally. So if you become a LifeVantage consultant, you can share these products with anybody in any country that LifeVantage is available, which is super exciting. We're not just limited to people in New Zealand. We can share it with any of those countries. So as I said, two options: become a customer or become a consultant. It's super easy to order. Everything is shipped from our New Zealand warehouse. Obviously, I've only just scratched the surface tonight, but I definitely have enjoyed sharing it with you as an option. And please ask for more information, because there'll be half an hour to explain it all. Is definitely not long enough. It's definitely just scratching the surface. So, reach out if we can help in any way. And welcome to LifeVantage. So I'll stop my screen share. Here we go. So has anybody got any questions?
I've got a question.
Yeah, cool.
So do you get, that comparison chart is good, and I probably really have a good look at it, but do you get much pushback from people who have been in other companies and sort of go, oh yeah, but I've been taking this and they tell me blah blah blah?
To be fair, I personally haven't. And actually one of our distributors kind of said, he said, how many collagen products actually ask you to take before and afters of your face? Like some will and some won't, but the fact that we're seeing a difference, and I guess it's got the science behind it. So, but everybody's different, everybody's different in terms of
well, I know 2 other companies that definitely would do that. They'd do before and afters, and they'd also
Okay.
push the science.
Okay.
So,
Do
yeah,
they activate the collagen, or do they just supplement it?
it's probably, I don't think activation is part of their product, but what I've seen in both these companies, and I've got friends that are doing it as well with
Yeah.
those companies,
Yeah.
is they very much promote the look. So that's why we're attracted to collagen, because it makes us glow. It makes our skin look great. You know, as we get older, it's aging backwards. So it might not be as good as this company, but I think that's the same argument that these companies have. And I was just interested, if there is pushback, how do you get over it?
Well, I haven't, as I said, I haven't heard any pushback, but the chart really clearly explains what the differences are. So,
Yeah,
and the fact that most companies only have 1 or 2 types of collagen, maybe I think maybe Q Science has maybe got 4 in one of theirs, but I think they've got a different range of, like, you've got to take a few different, and I could be completely wrong with this, but I'm pretty sure that they've maybe got a maximum of 4 types of collagen. So the fact that ours have got 10 in it is really significant compared to the other companies. So I guess if there's there's always going to be pushback, I guess, and it depends. And I've had people that have used other collagens and not got the same results as what they're getting on with our one. So I definitely have found, people have used other ones and then they're now using this one and getting a lot better results. So yeah. And it's just, I guess it's just one of those things, it's just, supporting people with what, what works for them. But yeah, the comparison chart, I can send it to you, Maxine, and you can have a really good look at it. And as I said,
awesome.
Yeah, that's superoxide dismutase as well. Like once you know what that is, like the fact and the health benefits of it are so significant, and there's no other collagen that's doing that. So yeah, we definitely have got a really unique product. And there's comparison charts. So that's a New Zealand comparison chart, but there's one's been done in Australia and also in America as well. So so it's pretty significant. What were you saying, Kieran? You've put your Icy Bright testimonial in there, which is awesome. Love it for your eye health, no more tired eyes, bad hygiene in our family, Nrf2. Love it for nourishing sleep and hormone balance, absolutely. And natural and anti-inflammatory. Nrf2, love it for endless energy, and Axio for concentration. Totally agree, definitely. And going through the menopause stage, they are very, Nrf2 is amazing, and Nrf1.
Now I've got another question.
Yeah, sure.
So my son has just had his second lot of surgery for a detached retina. So it's pretty serious.
Yeah.
And don't even know if it's going to work. So you're probably going to say yes. So my question is, now that I have an abundance of collagen and I've got a spare bottle of Nrf2, if I give some to him, is he likely to go, hey, this really helps?
Well, collagen is actually, the eyes are 90% collagen. Correct me if I'm wrong, but have a look. I'm sure that the eyes are 90% collagen. So I would definitely but I can find out more information for you and send it to you, because actually like the Nrf2 is going to lower inflammation. So with having surgery and all sorts of things, it's actually going to support your body, because what the Nrf2 does is it gets rid of the trash out of the cells, and so once you've done that, then the body starts functioning a whole lot better. And so it's going to support the body with its recovery. And also Nrf1 and Icy Bright are amazing for the eyes as well. But if you've got the Nrf2 and the collagen, then as I say, I would, hands down, absolutely. It's definitely better better in his body, you know, supporting the body, you know, with its
Yeah.
recovery than it is,
Yeah.
you know, Nrf2, we recommend that people take it for 1 month of every, you know, for every decade of age they are, you know, to enjoy the full benefits. And as somebody said today, you know, our red blood cells take 90 days to, you know, replace themselves. And so when you're cleaning out those blood cells and cleaning out those cells, you know, by the end of 90 days, you know, and that's when our glutathione starts to increase, which, you know, is our body's master antioxidant. So definitely worth, you know, continuing with it as well. Does anybody else have anything else to add to that? Yeah, Kerry-Ann's saying her husband gets cross if they run out of tablets. I don't think your husband's the only one, Kerry-Ann. Mine's the same. And actually, yeah, I've got some customers who are, yeah, have just, you know, we've had, yeah, they're definitely, yeah, the stories and the testimonials. If you're not in one of our Facebook groups, please jump in there. You know, those are all real people with, you know, sharing real stories. So, you know, definitely jump into our testimonial groups and come and, you know, see the stories and how, you know, how these products, you know, can support people, because, you know, that is definitely the greatest gift about sharing these products, is being part of somebody's health journey. So yeah, we'd love to help anybody.